It was a cold, bitter morning when David Carter, a man in his 30s, slammed the door of his childhood home shut. The look on his parents' faces, their eyes wide with disbelief and confusion, haunted him long after they left. It wasn't supposed to go like this. Yet, as they stood outside, bags in hand, David felt no remorse. Why? Why are you doing this, son? His mother had pleaded, her voice quivering with the weight of a lifetime of love. His father, silent as ever, just stood by her side, his face lined with years of hard work and quiet sacrifices. David's mind had been made up, and his words had been sharper than they should have been. You don't understand me. I've worked so hard. I don't need you here anymore. Just go. It was the worst decision of his life, though at the time, David couldn't see it. The sound of his mother's sobbing was still fresh in his ears as David stepped into his office that morning. He barely noticed the clutter of papers and unopened emails around him. He'd been promoted recently, something that should have made him proud, but the weight in his chest wouldn't lift. His parents' faces haunted him. And then, something unexpected happened. A knock at the door, a familiar face appeared. It was Sarah, his colleague. She had been David's support through countless projects, someone who had always pushed him to be a better man. But today, as she looked at him, there was something different in her eyes, something that made David uneasy. David, she started. You okay? He couldn't bring himself to look at her. He nodded, but it was a weak motion. Yeah, fine. Why wouldn't I be? But Sarah wasn't fooled. She sat down across from him and met his gaze. You know, you've been pretty distant lately. I get that the promotion is a big deal, but what's really going on? David swallowed hard. His voice trembled as he tried to force out the words. I kicked my parents out of the house. There was a long silence. Sarah blinked, surprised, but then her expression softened. She didn't say anything, just looked at him with that silent understanding. I told them to leave, David continued. I was just so tired of being held back. They're too old-fashioned. They don't understand me. David, what are you really saying? She asked gently. He paused, his fingers gripping the desk. I don't know. I feel like I'm drowning, Sarah. They gave me everything, but it wasn't enough. I don't know what else to do. I pushed them away because it felt like the only way to move forward, to not be tied down by them. Sarah didn't speak for a moment. She just let him sit in his confession, the weight of it hanging in the air. Then, in a quiet voice, she said, sometimes we think we're freeing ourselves by pushing others away. But what if you're just hurting yourself in the process? What if it's not about getting away from them, but coming back to what really matters? David didn't respond. Instead, he just stared at his desk, the thoughts swirling in his mind. Could she be right? The weeks that followed were harder than David could have imagined. Every time he passed by his old home, every time he remembered their faces, guilt gnawed at his stomach. He tried to reach out, but his pride wouldn't let him. Then came a call late one night, when David was alone at his desk, staring at the mess he had made of his life. It was his father. His voice was softer now, wearier, but still filled with love. David, his father said quietly, we've been thinking about you. We know you're angry, and we understand, but we just want you to know something. We'll always love you, no matter what. David's heart froze. His mind couldn't process what he was hearing. Dad, his father cut him off. I know you're proud of your success. You should be. But just remember, the greatest thing we can offer you is our love. And that's something no promotion can replace. David's hands shook as he held the phone. It wasn't just a phone call. It was a lifeline, reaching out to him when he didn't deserve it. That night, he lay awake, the weight of the words echoing through his mind. His parents had always given him everything they had, even if they didn't always understand his choices. And in return, he had cast them aside when they were most vulnerable. The next day, David couldn't wait any longer. He called them. Mom, Dad, I need to see you. They arrived at his office within the hour. His father still walked with a steady stride, though his age showed in the slight stoop of his shoulders. His mother's smile was warm, though her eyes held traces of sadness. They both looked at him, waiting for him to speak. David stood there for a long moment, not sure where to begin. Then, he finally spoke, his voice breaking. "I'm sorry. I was wrong. I hurt you both, and I don't know how to fix it, but I want to try." His mother stepped forward, placing a hand on his shoulder. "We've been waiting for you to realize that, son. It's not about being right. It's about love, and love always finds its way back." David hugged his parents, feeling the tightness in his chest loosen. For the first time in weeks, he felt a sense of peace. In the days that followed, David began to change. He didn't just apologize to his parents. He worked to understand them. They weren't holding him back. They were there to support him. In the months to come, their relationship grew stronger than ever. David learned that the love he had been so eager to escape was exactly what he needed to thrive. The story of David Carter spread quickly, not because of his success, but because of his redemption. It was a tale of pride, of guilt, and ultimately, of the transformative power of love and kindness. David's journey didn't just change his life, it changed the lives of those around him. And it became a reminder to everyone who heard it. Kindness is the bridge between who we are and who we want to become. As you watch this, I ask you to think, how could kindness change your life today? What acts of love and grace can you offer to those you've hurt? We all have the power to make things right. If you've ever been in a situation like David's, where you felt lost or ashamed, I want to hear your story. Leave a comment below and share how kindness has changed your life. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories like this. Until next time, remember, kindness is the strongest force in the world. Use it wisely.